How you doing, the Last Awakening family? This is the testimony of when God first showed himself to me. Growing up, my father always used to read the Bible stories to me and my sisters, and I believed in every story that was told. But by me never seeing God, I always used to be half and half with believing in him. I'd never blaspheme him. I'm just the type of person that I don't believe dookie stink until I smell it. I used to play devil's advocate with him, saying, "You have to show me yourself for me to believe in you," all the while still going to church and learning more and more about the Bible. It's crazy I used to say that a lot, now that I look back on it and notice what I used to do. On this one semi-hot summer day in 2001, my homeboy and I was on our block doing nothing, and I told him, "Let's go to the pool, I can swim now." Now, mind you, growing up I could never swim, and he knew that. So the first thing he said, "Boy, you can't swim," laughing at me. This summer, for some reason, I was always watching people on TV swimming. Looking back, now I know that it was the Olympics. So I got it in my head that I can swim now and wanted to show him. I always knew I could swim underwater, but I could never swim on top of the water. But watching them Olympic swimmers, I can swim on top of the water now, in my head. Now I was always nice with the math, and I remember going to the pool and seeing 5 feet. I know I was 5'3", so me doing the math, even if I couldn't swim on top of the water, I would still be able to stand up in the water and not drown if things went sideways. That's my plan B if anything goes wrong, so I thought. So I convinced my homeboy that I can swim, and he said, "All right, let's go down there." So this day, for some strange reason, the pool was kind of empty. And normally when we go to the pool, it'd be full of people, but it was cool to me because I didn't have to worry about hitting nobody when I jump in the pool. Now we got two different places where everybody that can swim can go. We got the tank and we got the 5 feet. I wasn't going to the tank because I knew for a fact that I probably didn't know how to swim on top of the water yet, but in my mind I could swim. So I went to 5 feet. My homeboy sat on the side while I ran and jumped in the middle of the pool. I don't know what happened, but I straight sunk to the bottom. I kept trying to push myself up over the water, but for some strange reason, the water kept going over my head like it was deeper than 5 feet. So I proceeded to try to walk to the ladder, but couldn't make it after the third time of trying to jump up out the water to give myself some air. I drowned. I knew I was gone, so all I could do was just look at the ladder under the water, and then the next thing I knew, a person reached a hand out to me and pulled me onto the ladder, and I pulled myself up. Coughing and out of breath, my homeboy was sitting right there laughing, and I said to him, "Why did you take so long to come get me?" He said, "I never came to get you. You pulled yourself up." I knew I didn't pull myself up, so I looked around to say thank you to the person who helped me all the while trying to catch my breath. There was no one around. I'm talking empty. Looking back at this story, I knew that was Jesus Christ. And I remember him having that robe on, all white, and it didn't look wet. He just looked like he was blowing in the wind, hair flowing and robe flowing in the breeze, if I remember correctly. But when I think about that story, I know I've been placed here for a purpose, and until my purpose is done, I can't leave here. He won't allow me to leave here, and I don't want to leave here. Psalm 139, verse 16. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Your life wasn't improvised. It was written, start to finish. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Acts 13:36. For David, after he had served the purpose of God in his own generation, fell asleep. This one hits hard. David didn't die until he served his purpose. John 19:30. It is finished. Even Jesus didn't leave early. Mission first, departure second. Amen.